Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to provide a checklist of some things to look out for early signs of autism. So again, this is not a diagnosis. This is just a few things to look out for in the case you're unsure. So first, let's start off with what is autism. Autism spectrum disorder is a neurodevelopmental condition, and this condition, it can affect communication skills, social interactions, behavior patterns, and sensory processing. It's called a spectrum because, to be honest, it looks different on every individual that is diagnosed. So it's hard to say. For some early social communication skills, here are some to look out for. Limited eye contact. Your child may avoid or not even provide eye contact. They don't respond to their name consistently. Even though their hearing seems to be well, they may not always respond. Delayed speech or language development. Not speaking by certain expected milestones, or speaking but using not a language but more like jargon and for like their communication. Some difficulty with back and forth interactions. For example, some would have limited play, some would have limited pretend play, some would even have limited social play. Some oftentimes don't share the same common interest of others. Some don't share the same interest in the same way. Like, for example, you'll see them maybe pointing to something that they're interested in getting or needing, or perhaps they may show objects to show their interest, and not always just interest. It could even be just to bring attention to something. And last but not least, preferring to play alone. A lot of times they may not show interest with playing amongst groups. Now let's look at some behavioral patterns of autism spectrum disorder. One example would be repetitive behavior. This can include hand flapping or rocking or repeating words or phrases. Another would be a strong need for routine. The difficulty with transitioning between activities, it can be a little challenging. So having that routine will definitely help them regulate easier and smoother. Another would be an intense interest in something. This could be on specific topics or subjects, or even maybe items or objects. And last but not least, unusual play patterns. Now this can look like something along the lines of them having a group of toys, and perhaps while they're playing, they line it up in a specific way that is comfortable for them. Oftentimes when that's disturbed, you're not going to get the best reaction. But again, that varies amongst different children among the autism spectrum disorder. Next, there are sensory differences. Oftentimes, individuals that are on the autism spectrum disorder experience this on a different range, and they do process it differently. For example, some may have oversensitivity. And for this is referring to perhaps covering their ears when they hear loud sounds. Like, for example, if a fire truck is coming, they may put their hands over their ears to express that it's too loud. Some may express the discomfort with textures. Some may even show discomfort with bright lights. Some prefer dim lights and some prefer dark lights, but they'll let you know. Another would be picky eating due to sensitivity in textures. Very big. Some examples of undersensitivity: seeking constant movement, not noticing pain or temperature that easily, or craving a strong sensory input. Next would be the emotional and behavioral regulations. With this, you may notice frequent meltdowns or crisis, you may kind of call it. Difficulty in expressing or frustrating in expressing their needs is another one. Trouble calming down when upset definitely is another. And a big one would be anxiety in a new environment. Sometimes people would link these type of responses as them being overwhelmed. So you would ask yourself when to seek the assessment and to ask who. So in this case, you would want to consult with your general practitioner, which is your family doctor, or pediatrician if you have, early intervention services, or a developmental specialist. So again, this is an important reminder, you guys, that this is not a diagnosis. This is just a couple things to possibly look out for. But if you feel the need to maybe have an eye out, these are a few things that you can possibly look through mentally and just take note of. And then if you feel the need to, you consult with your doctor, your pediatrician, and see if if what's going on and what you're possibly thinking that could be going on, or just want to eliminate whatever you think may be happening. Always speak to your specialist, and they will definitely consult with you about that. And then from there, you'll get your formal diagnosis. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. Thank you so much for taking your time with me going through this checklist, and I hope to see you next week. I will see you in the other video. Bye.